Alright, y'all, what is up? Welcome into yet another day of Knicks picks for MLB. Hope you guys are enjoying this so far. Yesterday, guys, we had a better day. We had a bounce back day, if you want to call it that. We went 5-3, bringing our total record to 901, and I forget how many wrong we have. I don't know. I'll still have a graph of what picks I got right and wrong. But yeah, today we got a longer slate of games today. We got some tough games to predict. It was tough to find a lock and underdog pick of the day today, but regardless though, let's just get right into it. All right, guys, getting things started with an AL Central matchup. We have the Minnesota Twins taking on the Detroit Tigers. Pablo Lopez on the mound against Keter Montero. I like the Minnesota Twins to ever win today. I know the Tigers are coming off a split with the falling Cleveland Guardians, but I think this is where Pablo Lopez can definitely turn his season around and bounce back. Pablo Lopez, why his ERA is so high, why he has struggled, is because he has a massive home run problem. He keeps hanging pitches in the middle of the plate and they get absolutely crushed because he's facing major league hitters. But for that reason, though, I'll be taking the Minnesota Twins today because of Pablo Lopez. I'm calling a Pablo Lopez bounce back start today. Our next game, we have the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. The Guardians are slipping. There's no doubt about it. I said that a couple of days ago. I was like, yep, the Guardians are slipping, and they could be out of the playoffs before we even know it. For a team that has led in first place this whole season, has been the best team in the league the whole season, they could be out of the playoffs. That sounds crazy. I don't think that happens, but it's definitely a possibility with how things have gone. I like the Phillies today. Christopher Sanchez has been a little bit shaky, but I think he's been riding the good start, bad start, good start, bad start. Last time he had a bad time out, so today I'm counting on one of his good starts. And Christopher Sanchez has been awesome at home this year. Next game, we the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays win, dude. Rays got a 13-0 win last time out, and here's the thing, though. The Reds have lost Nick Lodolo's last 5 starts. Even though Nick Lodolo has been lights out, they've lost his last 5 starts. And Shane Baz, he's been kind of up and down with the major league level. But I do think he has a good time out today against the Cincinnati Reds. So give me the Rays today. The San Diego Padres taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Give me the Orioles. I know the Orioles had a really rough series in Miami, but Adam Mazur, I mean, what's going on with him? He's 1-3 with a 7.8 ERA. The Orioles are back at home. I think the Orioles actually have a good. I think the Orioles have a good game today. They bounced back after having a really bad series in Miami, where their bullpen just could not put it together. And for that, I'll be taking the Baltimore Orioles today. Next game, we have the Texas Rangers taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Andrew Heaney on the mound against Yusei Kikuchi. Give me the Texas Rangers. Rangers are rolling after sweep of the White Sox. And Andrew Heaney has been actually really, really good lately. He has a 1.3 ERA in his last 7 starts. And Yusei Kikuchi, he had that stretch where he was just awesome, like 1.1 ERA in his past couple of starts. But now he's brought his ERA up to 4.5. And honestly, it just concerns me whenever a Texas Rangers offense that is rolling, that is righty heavy lineup, and against Yusei Kikuchi, who's kind of slipping right now, it just scares me, and the Rangers win today. Now we are getting to my lock of the day. We have the Atlanta Braves taking on the New York Mets. The Braves, in the words of Ben Verlander, they are riding the struggle bus. I just wanted to make sure Ben Verlander got credit for that. But yeah, regardless, so you guys know me. I am very, very concerned about pitchers making their first start back from the injury list, especially for a long time. That's my number one concern when it comes to pitchers, and I usually just pick against them. And it seems absurd that I will be taking the Mets as my lock of the day, and they have Kodai Senga coming back from the IL. But look, there's good reason for it, though. The Atlanta Braves are really slipping. The Atlanta Braves, I don't think they make the playoffs. They've just dealt with so many injuries this season. To their rotation, to their offense, Acuna, Ozzy Albies, that's really all you need to know. And then you guys are trotting out and the Braves are trotting out like Charlie Morton every single week. That's just not going to cut it. But yeah, regardless, so I do like the New York Mets as my lock of the day today. Next game, we have the rivalry, the Boston Red Sox taking on the New York Yankees. Look, I'm gonna be real with you guys. The Yankees are gonna win this ball game. Why? Because the Red Sox suck on Friday nights. Now, here's the thing. Why the Red Sox have lost 47 games is because they are so bad on Friday nights. They're 2-16, I believe, on Friday nights. They've only won 2 Friday night games all season. One against the Tigers and one early season against the Los Angeles Angels. But in all seriousness, though, I have to take the Red Sox because it'd be criminal. It would be a sin as a Boston Red Sox fan to pick the New York Yankees whenever they're facing the Boston Red Sox. Now, look, I do think the Red Sox are going to take 2 out of 3 from the series. But here's the thing. The Yankees have beat us on Friday night so many times. The Red Sox have won 3 Friday night games. Tigers, Angels, and the Yankees, actually. But yeah, regardless, though, I do like the Red Sox taking 2 out of 3, but I think they're going to lose this one, but I still have to lock it in as my pick for the Boston Red Sox because, I have to do it. As a Red Sox fan, I have to do it. Next game, the Chicago Cubs taking on the Kansas City Royals. Kyle Hendricks on the mound against Brady Singer. Yeah, give me the Kansas City Royals. The Cubs, they've kind of made their intentions clear that they're going to give up if they don't have a good 2 weeks until the trade deadline, or week until the trade deadline, actually. And to be honest, this is where I see it going. I think the Cubs continue to slip and slip. They're trotting out Kyle Hendricks in their starting rotation. That's been proven for the past 3 years. That just doesn't really work. So for that, I'm giving this win to the Royals today. Next game, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the Houston Astros. The Astros are rolling. There's no doubt about it. They stole first place from the Seattle Mariners. Speaking of the Mariners, we got some news coming out of Seattle, but we will get to that next pick. But yeah, regardless, so the Astros are rolling. Framber Valdez is rolling. Gavin Stone, he's also rolling. He's pitching for the Los Angeles Dodgers today. Gavin Stone had a great time out against the Red Sox. He did give up a bunch of hits to Jarren Duran, but that was really it. Like, Gavin Stone was lights out in his last start against the Boston Red Sox. And I think Gavin Stone and Framber Valdez each have a good start, but I'm going to take the team with a lot more momentum and a better bullpen. And in this case, that's the Houston Astros. Astros win today. All right, next game, we have the Seattle Mariners taking on the Chicago White Sox. Here's the news coming out of Seattle. The Seattle Mariners have traded for Randy Arozarena. You had a prospect named Aiden Smith. All you guys need to know is that the Mariners absolutely fleeced this deal. The Mariners went out and they did what they needed to do. They needed to add bats to their lineup, and that's exactly what they did. So good on the Seattle Mariners. They traded for Randy Arozarena. He's not going to play today, I don't think. Maybe he finds his way into the lineup. I highly doubt he's going to play today. He's probably going to play tomorrow. But regardless, so back to the pick. Seattle Mariners taking on the Chicago White Sox. I thought about this being my underdog pick of the day. Just how bad the Mariners have been lately. They got swept by the Angels. And the only reason why I'm not picking the White Sox because they're just so damn bad. And Drew Thorpe, even that, he's been really, really good. But I do like George Kirby a lot more on the mound today. I like him to dominate. And for that, I'll be taking the Seattle Mariners today. The Miami Marlins taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. Trevor Rogers is on the mound against Freddie Peralta. I do like the Milwaukee Brewers. Freddie Peralta's been struggling a little bit, but he has lowered his ERA. He's been so much better lately than in last month, where he had a 5 ERA in the month of June. And even though the Marlins are coming off a strong series against the Baltimore Orioles, where they took 2 out of 3 and they won the first 2, they could have won the third because they did come all the way back, but they ended up not getting that. But regardless, though, I will be taking the Milwaukee Brewers to grab a win today against the Miami Marlins at home. Next game of the day, we have the Washington Nationals taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. Mackenzie Gore's on the mound. I say this a lot. He has been the weirdest pitcher this season. He's 6-8 with a 4.2 ERA, but as soon as his defense makes an error or messes up, he cannot pitch his way out of a jam for the life of him. And Sonny Gray on the mound, you guys know Sonny Gray, how good he has been this season, how good he will always be in the small markets. But yeah, I do like the St. Louis Cardinals today. Next game of the day, we have the Oakland Athletics taking on the Los Angeles Angels. I like the A's again. The A's just own the Angels. How many times do I have to say it? The A's just straight up own the Angels. That's just how it's been. Paul Blackburn against Carson Fulmer. This is an easy Oakland A's win. Paul Blackburn, I know his ERA is high, but he's been so much better than the 4.1 ERA. But for that, though, I'm taking the Oakland A's today. Next game of the day, and my underdog pick of the day, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Underdog pick of the day today. Now, even though the Pirates, I think, are favored for this game, I usually judge an underdog pick on whoever has the better record and also whoever is favored. And in this case, the Diamondbacks do have the better record by a game. Now, the matchup today is going to be Luis Ortiz against Yeper Diaz. Luis Ortiz has been lights out this season. 5-2, 2.5 ERA. Won his last start out against the Philadelphia Phillies. And I just think that whenever Luis Ortiz is on the mound, the Pirates just find a way to grab a win. And here's the thing: if the Pirates make the playoffs, you gotta face Paul Skeens, Jared Jones, Mitch Keller, and then if Luis Ortiz continues to perform, he's gonna be fourth on that list. It's not a team you want to run into whenever you're playing in the MLB playoffs. But yeah, give me the Pittsburgh Pirates today. Last game of the day, the Colorado Rockies taking on the San Francisco Giants. Kyle Freeland is on the mound today against Kyle Harrison. Both the Kyles. Kyle Freeland dominates the Colorado Rockies. There's no doubt about that. Even though the Rockies are favored because the Rockies, outside of whenever Kyle Harrison is pitching on the mound today, the Rockies have dominated, but whenever Kyle Harrison is on the mound, that's just not been the case. And the Giants have dominated, actually. So for that, I will be taking the San Francisco Giants to end our day of picks. Make sure you guys go check out my IG at Big 4 Sports Podcast. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.